How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about sales that are so good that it sort of forces you to buy more than you actually need. Now, at one point, I stumbled into the store right after Christmas, and they were having a really huge sale on Christmas cards. Essentially, each one of these is about 10 cents. So I bought 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 10, 15 of them. And I actually had to remove some of these packaging and condense them into this box here. And I believe it's probably twice the amount of this that's squashed in there. On that sale day, I also bought some peppermint bark candies, which was each candy bar was also 10 cents. I'm like, wow, this is great. I essentially bought like, I don't know, 15, 20 candy bars. And basically I couldn't have them all and I couldn't give them away fast enough in order to have people eat them all. The lesson here is that, well, yes, things were on sale and I spent only a couple of dollars because, you know, all this stuff is only 10 cents each. My estimate was that I would go through these Christmas cards pretty easily, but the thing is, these Christmas cards aren't the best looking. You see it has just rabbits on it or whatnot, and then, you know, just pretty plain stuff that no one would get actually, and I ended up not really using them because they are so plain and, you know, not the best looking. So the lesson here is that whenever something goes on for a really dirt cheap price, you really have to evaluate if that is something you would actually use. At the moment, it was so cheap, it's sort of like a psychological effect on you because you think you're gonna lose out if you don't buy all of it. The point here is that you should refrain from buying things that are really deep discount if it's not something you would actually use. Now I guess I have these Christmas cards, but now that I brought them up, maybe I can try and find some use for them. Now, if you ever go to a store right after Christmas, sometimes they have really deep discounted Christmas supplies. This I have over here is a giant roll of wrapping paper. It does not look that big because it's condensed into, you know, one big roll over here. I essentially bought about 50 rolls of wrapping paper and I took each roll and wrapped it into one roll so I would save a little space. Now, in retrospect, this was a pretty good buy because I was able to buy a really large volume amount of these wrapping papers, and then I'm essentially able to use this for close to 5-10 years or something. I don't remember when I got this, but it's been a really long time and it's never really running out. So this is complementary to the Christmas cards because in that case, I found something that is really cheap. It was really highly discounted. I bought a lot of them and I ended up being able to use it over many years. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is shopping for clothes. I used to shop almost every single month for new clothing, so I have a really large cache of it in my closet right now. And what I notice about myself shopping through things is that I would look through the sale racks and things like that. I'm sure a lot of you guys would just go through the sale rack and see which is good. Sometimes you would find things that is super duper cheap, like, oh, you found like a t-shirt that's $5 or a decent, okay looking one that's $10, something really cheap, maybe it's like half off or more compared to what you would normally buy it for. However, it's discounted for a purpose because people aren't buying this item, and somehow you have to take a look at it and go, you know, maybe I really do like this or maybe not. The thing I realized with all this clothing that's really discounted is you really have to look at yourself and see that if you are actually buying this and if you would actually wear it afterwards. Sometimes you might be tempted to convince yourself that whatever that cheap item is, maybe you could make use of it. When you look at the items that you want to buy, oftentimes you can just kind of give a rating of how much you really like something. You really have to look deep within yourself and go, if you will actually wear such an item, if you are really happy about it, if you hold it and you go, yes, you know, I really like this item. Even if there's a little bit of a doubt, you really should not buy this item, even if it's heavily discounted, because you're just gonna bring it back home, wear it once and not really like it on yourself. Maybe you don't like the shape of it, or maybe you don't like the way it looks. What's then gonna happen is you never wear it again, and you essentially paid a really high cost per use fee on that shirt or whatever that you bought. However, if you buy the really nice shirt that's maybe 3 or 4 times the price of the sale shirt, you might be wearing this full price shirt maybe 100 times more than the sale price shirt that you wore once. So when you average it out, the per use fee of this shirt, it's gonna be a lot less, even though you bought something much higher priced. So my point here is be very careful whenever you buy clothing just because it's on sale. Buy stuff that you actually like, and if you have to, buy less of it. Having 10 shirts, 10 pairs of jeans or whatever that you really like is much better than being able to buy 50 pairs that, you know, that you're just mediocre about. Many times people can just go in their closet and find a lot of type of items where they would actually never really want to wear. I encourage you to go into your closet, look for those yucky items, right? Those things that you bought, you only wore once because you thought it was ugly, disgusting. Maybe the style was completely off. You wore it once and then like people just didn't like it or whatnot. Just collect those items and, you know, try to get rid of them, donate them, sell them or whatnot. You'll be much happier that way, because I was just trying to find a piece of clothing that I actually did not like. I had a hard time finding it because I did this purge a while ago where I looked for stuff that I really did not like, and I just took them all, even though they're brand new, basically, because I only wore it once or twice. And I just said, well, you know, this stuff really does not make me happy. I'm just gonna get rid of it. So I actually donated all that stuff. I hope this will help you make better decisions whenever you're shopping for brand new clothes, or you can just condense your closet a little bit and get rid of the stuff that you actually hate. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if you have some items in your closet that you actually hate and that you should really get rid of. If you're interested in supporting this channel, don't forget to check out my Audible link down in the video description below, where you can get a free audiobook. And if you don't like this audiobook or this service, you can cancel it before the subscription ends and you don't have to pay a thing through this whole ordeal. And you can still keep the audiobook for free and still help benefit this channel. If you're interested in supporting this channel directly, I have a Patreon over here where I give various perks at various contribution levels. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel over here and click that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you get a notification whenever I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching. How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush.
How's it going, everybody?
How's it going, everybody?
How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush.
How's it going, everybody?
How's it going, everybody? It's a secret.